What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mikey Gameplay, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today's video, I'm bringing you a nice little story about that I cheated on my state finals test and on my actual finals, my school finals. I'm not gonna bring that much of stories into my channel, probably a little bit, not that much, because some stuff I want to keep private, some stuff, it's really funny, I want to share it to you guys. But today I am going to tell you the story of how I did actually cheated on my state's final and on my school finals for every single of my periods. Now, if you guys already know the schedule, whole routine, it's all going to be changed now. My schedule is going to be changed. I remember I just said that Friday, Saturday, and Sundays are going to be the days I'm going to upload, but guess what? Today's summer break. Yesterday, technically Wednesday was summer break, and now I can upload whenever I want to, or probably upload every single day, but I probably won't be able to do that. But now my schedule will change, so I'll be uploading videos probably different times of the day, but not taking it for like a whole week like I did before. So sorry for doing that before, but I'm gonna tell you the quick story of how I cheated on my state finals and on my period finals. All right, so I go to the school called Burncoat High School. Some of my friends know, like Just Fummy or Fummy Likes. I forgot which one, so sorry. Some other of my friends know that I go to the same school with them. And I arrived at school at the second half of the quarter. So I wasn't there for the first or another half of the second quarter. So I only arrived at the second half quarter, so they were like already going out to the third quarter, so I didn't learn that much of what they were doing, but I did know that they were learning about some weird biology, history, about World War I, communism, all that kind of stuff. But after the third quarter, when it did start the next week, they did inform about they were saying about, hey, your state final's gonna come up, or it's called freaking MCAS. And for me, I don't know what the hell was MCAS. MCAS was the most craziest thing. I don't know what the hell it was. I'm from Florida, born and raised there, and I know in Florida they used to have this test called FCAT, where it had reading, math, science, and history all into one. So you got 4 different parts of every single 50 questions. So 50 question of reading, 50 question of science, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if they change it. Probably from Florida, somebody from Florida, shout outs to you. Can you probably tell me if they changed FCAT or something, change the name or bring up something retarded? But let me just continue with the story. So with MCAS, I was really confused what it was. I had to wait until my third period, and my third period is biology. And my biology teacher did say that MCAS is a state test where rather you pass or do not pass. Your score to pass is a 2.20. No, I'm sorry, a 2.10. I think it's a 2.10, because anything lower than 2, all the way lower than 2 to all the way, let's say you got a 60.65, you're not graduating. But anything higher than 2.10 all the way up, you're going to advanced next level classes. That's what he said to me and to the rest of the class. And I was like, all right, man, what's the subject for this test? And he said, it's going to be biology. Now that really hit me, because I'm not that much into biology. I like science. You saying that biology and science are the same thing? No, it's not. Technically, I think it is, but they're saying it's different. Biology is a little bit more about asexual, resexual reproduction, what else? Traits, genetics, some other stuff I forgot they learned there. And science, they bring up about like science, like animals population, ecosystem, some other stuff, but it doesn't matter from there. So it's 50 questions actually for just one subject. It's one subject for 150 question. Now I was like, wow, this is really cool. But here's the thing, I'm not good at biology. I'm really bad at this. I know a little bit. You can ask me a little bit of science questions, biology questions, but I probably will answer them. Probably will be using Google for cheat sheets. But I know a few answers, about genetics and all that stuff, DNA, RNA, all that kind of stuff. I'm not gonna get into much of biology, but I'm really bad at it. And there's 50 questions, so I wasn't there for the whole quarters for the school to learn every single thing. And so I'm like, damn, I'm really gonna get screwed. I'm gonna get molested. And I was like, damn, what I'm gonna do? All right, so my teacher, my biology teacher said, I'm gonna pass out these papers. It was like huge stacks of papers, like big amount of papers. He's gonna pass them out. It's everything what they learn in that class. I'm talking about from RNA, mitochondria, freaking AMZs. What's another biology thing? It was in there. Something about chromosomes and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's a lot to freaking remember. It's like 3 stacks of paper, but back and forth, it's everything what they learn. It's big amount. I'm telling you, it will kill you, legitimately. I don't care. If you're into the school, I don't know why. It's really hard. So I'm like, I gotta learn. I gotta study. So I went home. I took these papers. I set them down on my binder, and I'm just reading half of it. All I see is just enzymes, mitochondria, ATP, energy, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I got a headache. I did post on Instagram a video the people dancing. I did said that I'm going to sleep due because of that headache. I legit had a headache from studying, and I hate it so much. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I gotta find another way so I can remember all this stuff. So I went on YouTube and I went biology. I don't know what was with me. I was like biology questions, all that stuff, like little quizzes. There was say freeze the screen or pause the video and then try to answer the right question. It did kind of work. It did kind of not, because some of the stuff did not match up what was in the paper. So I was like, all right, you know what? This is not a good way either. So I didn't know what else to do. I was really, really confused. So I was like, damn, I'm really not gonna graduate. So here's the day is MCAS starts legitimately. It starts at 7:50, and then you gotta go to your designated area to start testing. And lucky for me, I had this room, I think it was called C18 in the C wing. Yeah, C18. And lucky for me, the teacher that was gonna be there for the MCAS was my English second period teacher. And she's really chill. She's a nice, cool teacher. And so I was okay. I was like, wow, I'm lucky. So I went in. I saw a few of my friends that are in the same class, that I know. So I was like, oh man, this is gonna be my lucky day. So I sat down next to him. I sat in the back, in the left back of the second seat behind. And I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wait till the teacher starts talking. So probably 15 minutes pass by, and then another teacher comes in the room, pass out the manual book, so the teachers start reading about the rules and everything, and then they start passing out the rule book. My teacher that was in the class started talking about the rules. She said, no electronic or recording devices are being used in this test. I was shocked, because I was like, oh damn, I'm gonna get screwed. Because I always keep my phone with me. I don't trust nobody else with my phone. Really, I don't. I always keep it with me. I keep it on my pocket. It's not because I'm hiding something. Probably I am. Probably buying little kids from a dark website. No, I'm not. But I always keep it with me no matter what. So she said, no recording, no electronics, no nothing. Even something like ebooks. If you don't know what an ebook is, I don't know where you've been living. An ebook is those electronic books. That's those Kindle Fire books, but not the one where you can play games, all that stuff. So I'm like, what I'm gonna do? She said, everybody who has a phone on their pocket, please put your phone on the desk and put a sticky note and write your name on it, so I can know when I pass it back to you, it's yours. I don't know what I was doing. It was how if anybody plays The Walking Dead, the Telltale series, you have a decision to pick. That was me in there. I was like, man, what I'm gonna do? Should I A, go give her my phone, or B, keep it with me and try to be slick with it? So I was like, oh man, I gotta take the second choice because I'm not gonna trust nobody else with my phone. It's just me. I don't have trust issues. It's just that it's just like me. I don't know why. So I just kept my phone and I just kept it in my pocket. I don't know how, but my teacher knows that I always have my phone with me. Like, she knows almost everybody in the classroom that has a phone. And then she started picking up. She said, I know you have a phone. I know you have a phone. I know you have a phone. So I'm like, oh man, here she comes. She's gonna tell me I have a phone. But she doesn't come to me. So I'm like, oh, I thank you, Jesus. So I kept my phone with me. I put that thing in silent, no vibration, no nothing. And then after she was done reading the rules for the test, she started passing out the real thing. I wrote down my name, the school, the area, everything. And then she said, you can start doing your test. The first question got me stumped so hard. I was stuck there for a good amount, 20 minutes. I don't know what the hell to do. I was right there. It was like a bar graph talking about animals, population. And then right there next to the graph, it had like a little diagram of like a wolf going to a rabbit going to a grass. It was just confusing me. And so I was like, I don't know what the hell to do, like legitimately. So what I did is I went in and I went circle B for the first one. Second question, the same thing, B. Third one, the same, B. Now I did a post on Instagram on my Dank Meme account. If you want to follow that, go ahead. The link will be in the description. But I did put a photo right there that said, what was it? It said, if this ever happened to you where you pick the same 3 letters and then you're like, nah, one of these bitches are wrong. That was me. I legit took that photo sneakily and then just like put it into a meme. I don't know why. So it was just like BBB, and I'm like, one of these got to be wrong. I have to change it up. And so I did. For the second one, I put C, and the third one, I just kept it. They're both the same for the first one and the third one. So I'm like, all right. So the rest I did know, and then there was some I didn't know. I had to pick up some answers. Then I know I had my phone in my pocket, and I was like, man, should I take out my phone and go on Google and do this stuff? And the teacher was sitting like all the way to the right. There's a desk where the teacher can sit with the computer. It's all the way to the right. And I did have people like line up, but they were like skinny people. There was this one big dude that was like almost close. Like he was just one back seat away from where I was. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take out the phone in search of these answers. So what I did, I took out my phone, I went on Google, and I said, what is enzyme? And then here comes the definition. Enzyme is energy. So I just see the letter question I'm looking for, energy. There, it makes energy. I'm like, all right, bet. And then I think I got that wrong with energy with enzyme. I think enzyme is sugar. Doesn't matter. And then I just went looking for every single thing I can put on Google with the test questions. I just went in and searched it up. And then all of a sudden, after the test ended, that was part 1. Part 2 came in. And then I'm like, all right, man, I gotta stop using the phone because I don't want to get caught. I don't want to fail and not graduate. I want to pass. So I don't know why, but I still use the phone. I still use the phone for no damn reason. I just went in, got the phone, did the same thing, and then legitimately, this is what happened. After the tests were done for the MCAS, the state finals, I was paranoid, because probably there's people who were sitting next to me who probably will snitch on me, and then like they say, hey, he was using a phone during the test. And I'm like, I'm paranoid, I'm looking around, I'm looking at the principal looking at me, and I'm just like scared legit. So I'm just paranoid, just walking around. And then the test grade pops up, and they'll tell you what's your point. I think people got lower, some people got high, like all the way high, those smart ass people. I was so lucky. I got 2.20. I was so happy. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. Google saved my life. Google is always your #1 place to search up stuff, like legit. Because if it wasn't for Google, I would have probably got a 0.75 and not even graduate. So I'm like so happy. I'm like moving around. I'm like high-fiving. I'm like fist bumping all my friends. I'm like, I'm like dancing around. I was like happy as hell. I was like, damn, I legit passed. Google bless me. And then after the MCAS, 2 weeks happened later, and then all of a sudden they say, oh, you guys get ready for your finals. And I was like, wait a minute, did I took the state finals? It was like, no, this is your finals for your class, where you take a 30 question quiz, and if you pass, like if you got a good amount of question right, this will affect on your grade. It will take so much of freaking quiz grade. It's like a quiz grade, but way so much. Like, all right, I don't know how I can explain this. All right, let's say if I have a 95 in English, and let's say I failed that final quiz, that thing will drop so dramatically. You'll go from 95 to a 70 or 65. That's a lot. From going at A all the way to a C or D, you're screwed from there. Sometimes I've seen people goes from freaking 85 to a 45. It's really bad. I'm telling you. So the finals were coming up, and I don't know what else to do. Now, for me, English, what else? History was okay to do. Biology, yeah, that was easy to do. But I had technically three that was so hard to do. Now, I had art, gym, and math. Math for me was the most hardest one of all. I couldn't do that. But I'm gonna tell you the one about art and freaking gym. So what I did, I went in, and art was starting up with the finals, and then the art teacher knows that I wasn't there for the rest of the school quarter, so I didn't learn about the color wheel, something about shades and non-shades and all that kind of stuff. Oh, somebody else is driving the motorcycle. Okay, so what I was saying is that she knows that I wasn't there for the full quarters. I was just like, I didn't learn about the color wheel, so I didn't learn about almost anything what she was teaching in class, and I was screwed. Now, what I only did in that class was like self-portraits. What else I did in there? Something about drawing a basket full of flowers, and something stupid stuff that wasn't even part of learning. It was just, here, draw this and you'll get a grade. And so I get easy hundreds out of that class. But what she made us to do for the finals was not draw. It was to take a quiz, a 30 question quiz, where it's all about art. What is shade? What is hue? Who invented this famous character of Walt Disney Jr. All that kind of stuff. It was all those kind of questions that I didn't know. So I did the same thing what I did with my finals. I just went in, got Google, and I went search all this stuff. What is the definition of hue? And then it says hue is something about the color of how it is and all this kind of stupid stuff. I just went in, and then in the last two questions was the most easiest one, really. I think it said, what is a famous logo brand? I said the Jordan brand, easy. And it said, who created Walt Disney created this famous cartoon character, who it is. I'm like, it's Mickey Mouse. There was the only two questions that I didn't know what they were, nothing else. That was the only two. So I was like, I'm telling you, Google is the answer to learn this stuff. And I was happy. Google did help me pass. I got all the questions right. Nothing, not even one wrong. Like, it was all right. So I'm like glad as hell. And then for PE or gym, we had our finals there. And it was just all about muscular strength, what it is. You gotta define it. You gotta tell me what art. You gotta write down 5 aerobatics like stuff you can do and tell her why. Google, I'm telling you, I use Google for every single thing. I search up every single question, put it into Google, and Google will pop it up for me. The definition of muscular endurance. There you go, pops up, and I got the answer. So I passed art, and I passed gym or PE. Now, math, the final. the finals of math. It was so hard, man. I'm telling you, Google could not even solve it. I'm telling you. Like, legitimately, Google, this math with Google could not even solve it. I'm so glad that we have Android. I'm an Android person, and it's just the best. It's just the freaking best. I used to have this app called Photomath. Now, Photomath is an app where it supposedly, quote unquote, supposedly help you out a math problem, and it will solve it out for you. It will show you the steps how you can like how you got the answer. That app right there, Photomath, I think it's only for Android. It's free on Google Play if you search it up. This app legitimately help you out. It will pass all your stuff on math. I'm for real. Like, here's one question I'll put up on the screen. 2x, let me see, plus 6 to the power of square, and then equals 16. And then right there, what you get, what's your answer? Tell me. It's what's your x? Your x equals -10. It's legitimately -10. It's all right here. This app will tell you every single thing. You put in the most hardest question, it will solve it, no matter what. Like, it's the most easiest thing to pass a math final. So I went into my math class, and I went there, sit down. I had my friend Fami in front of me, and he knows I have the app. I recommended the app to him. Legitimately, I say, hey man, I got this app right here that'll solve any questions in this math class. Like, it's easy. And then he was like, for real? All right. He got it too. Now, I never seen him using that much because that's good, you know. But I did use it. I'll use it always on test, quiz. I always pop out with like 100s. And then I don't want to get too suspicious. So I always I know what's the right answer because Photomath will tell me. But then I will just circle the wrong answer or write down the wrong answer. Like, I'll get the right answer for 4x, but then I'll put in y equals mx plus 4b, something like that. So I was like, I don't want to get too suspicious and, you know, find out that I'm somehow like suspiciously, I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm cheating on this math test. So I always just use Photomath to freaking solve every single question. But then the final come, and I'm sitting down and I'm like, all right, man, I don't know if I should use my phone to use Photomath and just go ahead and cheat through all this stuff. So what I did is I took out my phone. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stuck with my phone every single time. I have addiction with my phone. Is my math teacher sits all the way in the front, and he has no view of me. I sit on the right side on it's close all the way to the back. So he has no view of me with my phone, like in my shirt or in my pants or when I'm taking it out. Like, this is what I did. I took my phone out and then I put the brightness all the way low and I took it under my shirt. And then like every single time, you know, he's walking around checking, the phone, you won't be able to see it. I'm legit. I have it under my shirt. I have a pencil. I'm like tapping in my head or tapping the table, acting like I'm thinking of something. And then when he sits back down, I take off the phone under my shirt. So I'm like easy win. So what I do is I find every single question in there in the math finals. What I did is I use Photomath. Now I don't recommend Photomath, but if you're struggling with math and you just want a little bump a grade, get this app. I'll leave a link in the description so you can go ahead and download this. I don't know if they have an Apple version of this, but they do have an Android version of Photomath, so it will be on Google Play. It's free. So I use every single question on Photomath and I got it all right. I know I got 100 on this because I cheated all through this. I cheated on my MCAS finals, my period finals, and just like that, I'm passed. What was it? The last day of school, they passed out this green paper, and it'll tell you, the teachers will write down the grade and your average grade, and I came up with 95, 95, 95, 85, what was it, a 75, and a 95. I passed all those grades and I just passed it out. So I'm going to 10th grade, so I'm not considered a freshman, but I'm still tired of school because it's really boring. There's no point. But yeah, that's my story of how I legit passed and cheated, quote unquote. I did cheated on my MCAS final, or you can say my state finals, and on my period finals. I cheated all through that with just a Google and the power of PhotoMath. Like, this is the only two things I passed. So I'm so glad. So thank you, Google, and thank you, PhotoMath, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have probably still been a freshman. But as you guys always know, drop a like in the videos, subscribe as always, comment down below, and I'll talk to you guys on the next video. Take care and peace.